What's going on, y'all? Welcome to episode 37 of the Fight Night Forecast, where we highlight, recap, and cover all things boxing. Man, I got a show and a half for y'all today, man. We got a big episode, man. Listen, I already know y'all see the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Y'all see the title, the picture. I know y'all are all excited for it. Now listen, we're about to get into it, but first, we got to cover this past weekend of boxing and UFC. Actually, I got a little bit of UFC for y'all as well. So let me get the light a little right here. Let me get the chat view open. Make sure we can see everybody talking in there. Already got a couple people coming in. So let's hit it, man. Let's hit it. We had a really good weekend of boxing and UFC actually. Boxing, a lot of people, hey, it's been a little dry the past couple weeks, and it's gonna be the next couple weeks until I guess the next big pay-per-view we're looking at is February 8th with I believe Tiafimo is kicking it off against Jermaine Ortiz. So listen, if you're a real fan, it's not really dry. We still got stuff going on, but I get it, man. When you don't see the big names for about a month, you know what I mean? It's easy to kind of, forget about boxing for a minute, especially, we got playoff football going on right now. Hey, go Chiefs, go Chiefs. We're about to be in that Super Bowl, man. We gotta beat these Ravens first, you know what I mean? But we're about to get into the Super Bowl again. You know what I mean? So let's go. We're going to go back-to-back champs. You already know what it is. But yeah, so it's easy, it's easy to maybe go by the wayside a little bit when you don't see a lot of your favorite fighters or the big names in there, but there's still immaculate boxing going on, and I'm covering UFC now too a lot, and plenty of UFC cards, how they go. Dana be stacking them and throwing them out there for everybody. So, there's plenty going on. Right before we get into this past weekend of boxing real quick, I do want to let y'all know, man, if y'all are rocking with the Fight Night Forecast, which I already know we are, we did not hit our goal. I know last week, if you guys watched, I made a little kind of a little bet, I guess, with one of my subscribers that he asked, when did I think I was going to hit 1,000 subscribers? And I said Tuesday, January 23rd. It is Thursday, January, I think, 25th. And we are not there yet. So, but we are at 900, and last time I checked, 18 subscribers, I believe. So, man, we're making our way there. The shorts are popping off, lives are popping off. That my episode, I want to say it was 35 or 4, one of the two, is going off for like almost 400 views, 400 streams. So, man, I'm so hyped on that. And yeah, we're only getting bigger. We're about to hit 1,000 from there. You know what I mean? We got the next goal coming. And also one last quick thing before we get in. Just want to shout out a good friend of the podcast, Young Winston. You're rocking some gear, man. Thank you for always keeping me fresh, sending me some gear, taking care of me, man. So if y'all are looking at some, a little bit of swag for this winter, maybe you're already looking ahead to spring. Some of y'all are like, man, it's already getting warm where I'm at. He's go there, check them out. They got plenty of men apparel. Maybe you're just looking for a little bit of accessories, whatever. Go hit them up, man. So youngwinston.com. Thank you for always being a good friend of the podcast, brother. Let's get into it. This past weekend of boxing. Now we had a banger in the women's side of the sport. We had Michaela Mayer and Natasha Jonas. They fought in Liverpool. Ended up being a split decision. It was a banger. It really could have gone either way. For both these fights this weekend, actually, the second one I'm going to cover too. A lot of people I've seen online or on boxing media or whatever, they're saying, man, that was a robbery. They're saying, oh man, Michaela Mayer got robbed. Or, I'm going to cover the next one, Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis in the UFC. They're like, man, Strickland got robbed. And I'm not hating on people feeling that way, especially if they feel like somebody won, you know what I mean? And they feel like, oh man, the person who should have won didn't win, whatever. But I hate the word robbery in like such a close fight. You know what I mean? Because it's like when it comes down to split decisions, which actually both of these fights did, it's tough to be like, man, that person got robbed. Because a robbery, listen, when I'm thinking of a robbery, I'm thinking of somebody clearly won, right? Like clearly won. And then the other person somehow ends up becoming the winner. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking of when I hear a robbery. Not when the fight's so close that it could literally be either way, right? And then the person, just because maybe the more popular person didn't win, or maybe the person we all thought was going to win, right? Or maybe the betting favorite didn't win. You know what I mean? Then we go, oh man, that was a robbery. That was a robbery. But if it's like, man, if the scorecards come down that close where it could have gone either way, I really don't. Personally, I don't think it's a robbery. You know what I mean? But what do I know? I'm just a boxing podcaster. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so we had, it was really a banger. Mayer Jonas was a banger. I think it really came down to Jonas is the champion, right? So that's already, you already have to, when it comes down to a decision against a champion, you have to make it look, you have to make it go your way. You know what I mean? You have to, there can't really be any doubt. So then she's fighting in, Mayer's fighting in Liverpool, which is, Jonas is a UK fighter. So there you go. You had the card stacked against you again with that, right? So it's tough to go to somebody's home country when they're the champion also, beat them by decision, in a close fight. So you got to think of it that way. It's not an easy task, and Mayer came out. She looked good, looked sharp. I believe this is her debut at welterweight, so she's not going anywhere anytime soon. She's gonna have more title bouts. I don't even mind if they just went ahead and ran that one back, to be honest with you. That's how close it was. I got the scorecards here. They went 96-94 Jonas, 96-95 Jonas, and then they had 97-93 Mayer, which that third judge may have been a bit off. I couldn't see it going 94-93 towards either fighter. But, again, the judges may have seen something that I didn't, and that the fans didn't see, So, nonetheless, I thought, that third judge was maybe been a little off, but nonetheless, it was a good bout, close bout. I want to see it ran back. I think she just, like, Mayer just has to go back and come back with a better game plan next time. You know what I mean? So let's move into UFC, because I already know you, man. Y'all wanted to get to the the title, what the title's about. And I want to get to it too. There's a lot of exciting announcements. This might be one of the first times in my podcast that I've been just more excited about getting to the announcements than I have been like covering the past weekend or the next weekend of boxing. But yeah, the announcements are lit. So we also had Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis in UFC, and that was also a banger, and it came down close. Your boy Sean Strickland, I believe, got hit with the Drake curse again. And for you guys that don't know, when Drake tends to bet on a fighter or a team or a player of some sort or whatever, it seems like whatever it is, 9 times out of 10 that they end up losing, especially in boxing. I feel like every time somebody bets on, or whenever Drake bets on a fighter in the UFC or in boxing, it just seems like they always end up losing. So I'm like, Drake, please, if I ever make it big in boxing, bro, please do not ever bet on me, bro. Please. Just stay away from me, bro. I love your music, man, but just stay away from my sport, bro. But yeah, it came down to a split decision though too. And they went 48-47, all three 48-47, 2 of them scoring it for Dricus du Plessis, for him to become the winner and the new, it's middleweight. I'm pretty sure it's middleweight, 185, I think. Like I said, I'm not the biggest UFC, I'll admit to you now, I'm not the biggest UFC guru. So forgive me if I was wrong, but I believe it's middleweight. And it's 185 because that's where Izzy fights. So I think really the big thing was du Plessis just got, I think he had more takedowns or something like that, I think is what ended up happening. And the UFC really does score takedowns pretty well. You know, I think Sean might have been better on his feet as a striker, but those takedowns really ended up sealing the deal for Dricus. Because Dricus, from what I've seen, did not do bad on his feet by any means. It just seems like Sean may have had the edge on that, you know, on that side of things. But yeah, so yeah, more or less, I think that I don't think it was a robbery by any means. I know that Dana got on there and was talking about that he scored the bout for Sean Strickland. He said he had it even going into the last round, and then he had Sean winning the last round. But that's listen, it might be Dana White, but Dana White's not a judge. You know, he is a businessman. He is an owner. You know, so even though he sees the fights all the time, maybe he saw it a different way. You got to think these judges, they do it for a living, you know, and they see things that we don't. You know, they see things we don't, and I think that is just what it is, you know. So, but yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing them run it back. I wouldn't mind seeing Dricus against Izzy. I don't mind, you know, if he's want to go that route. You know, I was watching somebody the other day. They were talking about a bunch. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about a bunch of different matchups that Dricus could do. But honestly, I'd like to see, with how close that bout was, I would really like to see a rematch with Sean Strickland, or screw it, let's just make a big Izzy fight and just, you know, have it go crazy, you know, and then maybe after that we'll see a rematch with Strickland and Izzy. So it just seems like their middleweight division, man, it seems like they've had a lot of title turnover, you know. I think there's been like, because between Izzy going back and forth with Pareda, and then Strickland now, and then Strickland losing it after one, and now it's Duplessis, and then, you know, who knows what's going to happen next. So it seems like there's just been a lot of turnover, you know, which is good, because you probably get to see a bunch of different names, and though you don't normally get to see, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, but let's dive into what's coming up this week. This Saturday we have Jaime Munguia, who is starting his 168 campaign. I believe it's his second, either his second or his third fight at 168. He is, I believe, chasing Canelo. He wants that Canelo fight. I know he was in the runner-up position to the Cinco de Mayo fight for Canelo. I don't know. I haven't really heard anything else on what's going on with that. If there is, if it's going to be Benavidez, you know, I haven't heard much about what his plans are for Cinco de Mayo yet. So obviously, as soon as that's announced, that's going to be a big announcement, and the Fight Night forecast will bring it to you. Subscribe and put on post notifications so that way you see it. Gotcha. But and like, comment, and subscribe. But I will let you know. I will let you know as soon as I find out more about that. But Jaime Munguia, he came up from 160, had a really good time at 160, fought a lot of good bouts. Now he's moving up to 168, you know, like I said, second or third fight, and he's fighting John Ryder, who, you know, recently had a Canelo fight last year. And, you know, I think that it's going to be a slugfest. Ryder is a come forward. You know, he didn't do it as much in the Canelo fight, but, you know, he kind of did. He stood in the pocket the entire time in the Canelo fight, which I was very surprised about. You know, but he's a very come forward, in your face, smash mouth style, not afraid to take a few blows. Big dude, way bigger than we ever expected. Because I mean, like, when he came in against Canelo, I was amazed at how big he was. Pause. I was amazed at how big and strong he was, though, for real. Again, pause. But he did well. He didn't get, you know, everyone expected him to get out of there. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen. So yeah, I'm hyped for this. And Munguia's a very dynamic fighter as well. He's got good power. I think he might have Ryder a little bit on, you know, I think he edges him a little bit on the maybe the boxing skill a little bit. I think that Ryder may be a little more one-dimensional, and I think that Munguia has a few different, tools in his belt. You know what I mean? So I think, and I actually just recently found out that I have a lot of my subscribers enjoy betting odds and stuff like that. So I am getting more into that. And here's my betting prediction. I'll probably throw some money down on it this weekend. I'm going to go with, I think we're going to see another split decision. So if you guys are betting on whether it's going to go the distance or not, I'm going decision because I don't see Ryder getting knocked out. Ryder, we saw him fight Canelo. I don't believe that Munguia is better than Canelo, obviously. And I don't think that Munguia has more power than Canelo. So I don't think that we see Ryder get knocked out. And I know that there was a couple times Ryder came pretty close in the Canelo fight, but didn't, So I don't see Ryder get knocked out. I don't see Ryder knocking out Munguia either. Just because, I don't know. It could happen. Here's the thing. It could happen, right? It could have both these guys have the ability to do it, and both guys are solid punchers. So it could happen, but I really don't see either guy get knocking each other out. So I'm going to go close fight. I think it's going to be a slugfest again, pretty similar to what we saw last weekend. I'm going slugfest. It's going to be a lot of in the pocket work. I think it's going to be a lot of that nasty work, that grind time work. And I think that it's going to come close. It's going to be split decision. I'm going Jaime Munguia, split decision. I think because this is a tough test for Munguia, but I think that he passes it, and I think that this is going to catapult him more towards the contender division at 168. And I think maybe we'll see him against more guys like I was gonna say Andre, but I think he's moving back down to 160. But could see him against my boy Caleb Plant. There's Christian and Billy. You got that Billy dude who's kind of making his way up. He just fought recently. I could see maybe even Berlanga if they're wanting to put Berlanga in there. I don't think they would, but I think we got a lot of talent at 168. It's a stacked division right now, So I think that if Munguia does win this catapults him into that level of competition. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins and then we see the Canelo fight get announced, a couple weeks after. So because who knows what's going on with that? We don't know how Canelo's planning on finishing out his deal, if he's going to fight Benavidez in September or in May or what the case may be. But Munguia's name's been thrown around a lot with Canelo, so I would not be surprised if we saw something like that pop off pretty quickly after a possible win, this weekend. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good bout. I'm ready for it. I'm going to watch it. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's in the States. It's in the States, so it should be at a decent time, on Saturday night. So, if you ain't got nothing going on, football's not till Sunday, so it's like, I think it's Sunday, unless they're doing one game no, they're doing both games on Sunday. So yeah, there's no football on Saturday, So, hey, go support, go watch, Just because it's not a big name doesn't mean you can't watch it, There's going to be probably a lot of young talent on the undercard, so go check that out, So, all right, anyway, let's get into it. Announcements. I've been hyped on announcements. I've been wanting to do this for a minute. I've been collecting the announcements like Infinity Stones. We got them back to back to back, and I got graphics. I got graphics for almost all of them. You already know. Your boys try to get back into the graphic world. We're starting out with this one right here. We got Lomachenko and Kambosos. Oh, I zoomed in on myself. My bad. Meant to zoom in on this. Oops, did it again. Tweaking. My bad. All right, here we go. Now it's sideways. All right, we got Lomachenko and Kambosos. They are fighting for the vacant IBF lightweight title Sunday, May 12th. That's my birthday weekend. Fight night's going to be going It's going to be in Australia, man. So it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be more of a, I guess, more of a home bout for Kambosos, but Lomachenko is also from that side of the globe also. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Loma fans kind of pop out for it, you know. So I'm liking this, man. I'm liking that we're bringing some fights to Australia, man. There's a lot of good fighters in Australia, man, and there's a couple actually that I'm trying to get on here for an interview on the podcast, man. So, man, you know, I love Benny Mahoney, man. If my boy, you know, I'm trying to get him, maybe try to get him on. You know, I know these guys some of them are from New Zealand, but you know, I like David Nika, man. David Nika, if you're watching, bro, trying to get a little interview, man. Big fan. You know, so yeah, man. So I'm hyped, man. I like that we're seeing it in, you know, some different times. It sucks for us in the States, obviously, because we gotta watch it at a weird time, you know. But I don't really care. I don't mind. Man, I could watch boxing any time of the day. I've watched an Inoue fight at like 3 a.m. before. So I mean, it's like, it is what it is, man. So yeah. So that's coming up. Excited about that. Let's pop that one off. There goes number one. So we got Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is undergoing hand surgery. So actually, I think he just underwent hand surgery, and he is now on the road to recovery. Forgot to get a picture of that, my bad. But so he's, you know, planning his return sometime in 2024. He said his past like 3 or 4 fights he was dealing with it or something. You know, so that would have been Jake Paul fight, KSI fight. He said he wasn't able to use his right hand as much as he wanted to, I believe. So, or maybe it was his left hand, I can't remember. But nonetheless, he was like talking about how his last couple camps he only had, you know, he was really training on one hand for the most part. So quick healing for him, because I want to see more bouts with him. I think, you know, I hope he kind of leaves the influencer landscape, I guess, the influencer landscape a little bit, and kind of goes more towards his pro career and stuff. But which I think he does. I think, you know, I think he's got a bright future if he wants it, you know. So, man, another announcement. We're about a month out from Fury Usyk. Just to remind you guys, that is undisputed. February 17th, I think. February 17th. Yeah, I guess a little over a month. I don't know. What is it? It's February 17th, I'm pretty sure. So it's a little less than a month then now. So, yeah, it's going to be hyped. It's going to be hyped. I think it's going to be great. I'm tweaking. Is it February 17th? I know I wrote it down somewhere on one of these. I had it on the announcements on one of these. One of my past episodes, I thought. But also it could be tweaking, man. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, Fury Usyk, February 17th. I gotta stop doubting myself, man. I'm in this, bro. I do this, bro. I do this. I need to believe in myself. Stop doubting myself, bro. No, I'm just playing, but yeah. Yeah, so that's coming up. You know, a little less than a month away now. So let's look forward to that. All right, so this is interesting. This is very interesting, and I want to know what you guys' thoughts on this. So during Joshua Ngannou fight week, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn are going to announce a 5-on-5 boxing card. And when I first saw this, I was thinking 5-on-5 as in 10 dudes in the ring, WWE style or something crazy like that, right? That's what I thought when I first heard 5-on-5 boxing. I'm like, what is going on here, bro? Like, what? Like, I'm all cool for moving forward and being adaptive and making stuff, you know, putting twists on it, making stuff fun in boxing, right? To keep boxing relevant. But I was like, when I heard 5-on-5 boxing, I'm like, yo, what is going on here, bro? So after a little bit of reading into it, you know, they love hitting you with them headlines, them big 5-on-5, you know what I mean, weird stuff. Did a little bit of reading into it. It seems like they're wanting to do 5-on-5, so 5 from Queensberry Promotions, and then 5 from Matchroom. All, you know, it's all under the DAZN umbrella, right? But they want to do 5 from each promotion. I believe is what they're talking about. So, and then it's going to be like, you know, fight for your promotion kind of thing. So it's going to be like, you know, a fighter from or a fighter from Matchroom, fighter from Queensberry, and then all the way down on each side. And then, you know, they're trying to see who has the better promotion or whatever, which I think is kind of a cool idea. I think 10 guys in the ring would be also pretty crazy if we wanted to go that route. But yeah, so that's going to be announced. All the fighters are going to be announced during the Joshua Ngannou fight week. So I don't know when the plan is, like the date. I don't know what their idea is on that, but nonetheless, I think it's gonna be cool. So keep an eye out on that. We have, all right, so let's get into this, bro. Let's get into this. All right, so let's hit this first. All right, so we got dang man, I keep doing that. I gotta hold up. I know y'all don't want to see my face that big, bro. Nobody wants to see that, man. All right, let me make sure. All right. So, hopefully y'all can see that. It's kind of small. But Tsyzu and Keith Thurman finalized for March 30th in Las Vegas. And so, you'd think, oh, this is for Tsyzu's title at 54. It's not. It's going to be at a catch weight, and it's not for the title. I think it's the catch weight's going to be at like 156 or 57. And this is all, you know, this is all new. This just got announced like last night / this morning. So there will be more to come on it probably. But from what I've heard from my sources, not for the title, and it's going to be at a catch weight. So, and this is going to be the first Amazon Prime pay-per-view. So now, in case you guys might have been new, you know, I've got a lot of subscribers since I made this last video. Or maybe you're just new to boxing. So, Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, has had a deal with Showtime for like the past 38 years or something like that for their pay-per-views, right? So it was PBC Showtime since like the freaking 80s. You know what I mean? Or whatever. 90s, I guess. No. Yeah, I guess not. 80s and 90s. So it's been PBC Showtime since then, you know. And now, at the top of the year, they've switched now to Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime now has the deal with PBC to do all the pay-per-views and to do even non-pay-per-views. I'm pretty sure they'll just stream it on Amazon Prime, pretty much. So, as if you already haven't had a reason to go get Amazon Prime for 2-day shipping or whatever. Now, you know, they're out here hopping into the sports world. And I'm not necessarily against it. I think it's going to be a much easier way to stream fights as opposed to like going to Showtime.com and like signing up and doing all that, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be, or downloading the Showtime app, you know what I mean, or whatever. Now it's like, man, the same app that you're using, you know, to buy your whatever from is pretty much now the same app that you'll be able to stream boxing on. I think it's cool. I'm here for it. Some people, you know what I mean, put on the tinfoil hat. They're like, hey, this is a conspiracy. You know what I mean? I'm with you, bro. But it is what it is. So yeah, this is going to be the first pay-per-view, though. So the very, very first one. So Keith Thurman is kicking it off, man. Do I think Keith Thurman wins this fight? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that it's going to be a very tough fight. Keith Thurman's fought like 2 times in the past like 5 years. And granted, he beat Mario Barrios, who is tough. And, you know, who knows? You know, who knows what's going to happen? Does he have a puncher's chance? Of course, it's Keith Thurman. But he is aging, but he's not aging in the same way that like Bivol is, or not Bivol, but Beterbiev is aging, right? Because Beterbiev has been active, but he's aging in like the fact that he's fought twice in 5 years, aging. So aging on top of inactivity in the ring is a bad combination, you know? So we'll see. I think it'll be an interesting fight. Like I said, it's a catch weight, you know, it's not for the title. It's not really going to affect. I mean, I know we all want to see, man. We want to see Jermell fight Tsyzu. Like we want to, we're wondering, and I'm sure y'all are too, and I know a lot of my friends are that I talk to about boxing a lot. We're all wondering, what's the deal? Are mandatories even a thing anymore? It's like, Tsyzu's been a mandatory for Jamel for like 15 years now. But nonetheless, I think that, I don't think that this obviously won't harm that. There's not a possibility he loses his title or anything like that. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, so this is announced for sure. Now, let's talk about, and I'm going to double back into this in just a second. You'll understand here in just 1 second what's going on. All right, so I'm going to double back into this. So we have that's set up now for March 30th. All right, so I believe this just happened last night. Oh, actually, let's start with this. Oh, I thought I just hit that. What's going on? Is it up? I don't know why it's not showing up. I don't know. Maybe you guys can see it. Let me try. All right, anyway, nonetheless, the graphics are messing up, of course. But, so, like a week or two ago, it started with Floyd Mayweather posted a fight picture of Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia, right? He posted that saying, this is about to be the biggest fight of 2024, blah, 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 doing his Mayweather thing. You know how he is. Stirring crap. And now Ryan's been hanging out with him now, this and that, woo, woo, woo. So he posted that. So that made us start thinking, okay, maybe, Ryan and Rolly are in some sort of negotiations. And then Oscar De La Hoya comes out. Ryan and Oscar De La Hoya, they're whatever they are. So then Ryan comes out, or De La Hoya comes out, and he says, hey, we're trying to get Ryan to fight Jose Ramirez. And then Ryan comes out and says, I don't want to fight Jose Ramirez. I want to fight Rolly Romero. And then Ryan posts this. Let's see if this one works. I don't know what's going on, man. So here, all right. Then Ryan posts this. All right, this is working. So Ryan posts this last night. I believe it was last night. Ryan posts this. Live on DAZN pay-per-view, tickets and location coming soon. He posts this. Now, that's Ryan and that's Rolly Romero, right? So, I don't know. So he posts this last night, right? And then posted by ESPN Ringside on Instagram this morning, we get, oh man, where is it? Oh, anyway, well, here's Mike Coppinger. Mike Coppinger posted this today, and he said, Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz have finalized a deal to fight for Romero's WBA 140-pound title on March 30th in Las Vegas. And just in case you're wondering, March 30th is the same date as Tsyzu and Keith Thurman. And you guessed it. This is going to be on the undercard. Because I think it'd be kind of tough to sell Tsyzu and Thurman maybe on its own. But tell you what, you add this to it, this is about to be a slugfest as well. We'll see. I know a lot of people doubt Rolly Romero's boxing ability in general, but I think that this could be a better fight than we imagined it to be. Especially Isaac Cruz's last couple bouts, he's come out, he hasn't necessarily looked as human, or he hasn't necessarily looked as superhuman as we thought he once was, like when he fought Tank Davis. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be a good bout. I think it's going to be a really good bout. And so this is going to be on the undercard. And then they've also rumored on the undercard to be possibly Jaron Boots Ennis and Mario Barrios, who we've just talked about, to be on that card as well. I would believe that would probably be the co-main, I want to say, as opposed to Rolly and Isaac Cruz. But the mix of all three of those, now we're looking at a crazy pay-per-view to kick off Amazon Prime, So we're looking like it could be. Here's the lineup. This is how I think it'll go. I think it'll go Pitbull. All right, hold on. So I think it'll go Pitbull and Rolly Romero, and then Jerron Boots Ennis and Mario Barrios, and then the main event, Tsyzu, Keith Thurman. That's what I'm thinking. If that's the lineup, that they're doing, that's going to be a killer Amazon Prime kickoff. So yeah, I think that's going to be dope. And obviously there might be some even better talent on there. You'll throw in, you got all your PBC prospects and young bucks, you know what I mean, that will kick it all off, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's going to be dope, man. So look out for that, and I'll let you guys know more as it comes out. If they announce Boots on there and all that stuff, I will for sure let you all know ASAP, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then really my last announcement, and I'm gonna get y'all off of here, man, is Bivol and Beterbiev is officially in the works for June 1st. Nothing signed yet, but the Saudis are on it, man. These dudes want the biggest fights in Saudi Arabia that they can get, and they're making sure it happens, man. So, but yeah, let me pop this off here right quick. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in, man. I hope that my episode lived up to your expectations, So, but seriously, thank you all for tuning in, week in, week out, man. I got so much love. I got so much stuff coming up on the horizon for y'all. I'm a little nervous about picking a date again to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I think we might just let it happen naturally. Maybe no bets this time, but yeah. So for real though, thank y'all for tuning in, tuning out. We're literally about to hit 1,000 subscribers before we know it. We're gonna be there. Your boy's working on getting these views up. So please, man, do me a favor, share this with a friend, like, comment, subscribe. Let YouTube know that y'all are rocking with Fight Night Forecast, bro. Let them know that you're rocking with me, man, and that's gonna put me in more people's eyes, because your boy's trying to get out here and build this platform. You know what I mean? So I love doing this, man. I love bringing it to y'all. Thank you guys again so much. Thanks again, young Winston, bro. Thank you for being such a big fan of the show, and a big friend of the show as well. Man, I'm just letting y'all know, bro, chase them dreams, man. You know what I mean? I know it might not be the easiest thing to do, and it might not always be the most socially acceptable thing to do, right? Or whatever. Maybe your family's like, bro, go get a job, this and that, whatever. Chase your dreams, bro. Man, don't let these people put your light out. And, just enjoy life, man. We don't get a lot of time on this earth, bro. So maybe I've been reading too many self-help books, but I think it's true, man. Self-help YouTube doesn't help either. But man, chase your dreams. Love yourself. You're important. Wake up every day. Attack your goals. Get in the gym. Shed some pounds. This is the time for it, man. The new year starts, and you're really only like 4 to 5 months, maybe even 6 months away from changing your life forever if you just tackle a goal that you've been wanting to get on. So again, sorry for that little soapbox, talk there, but welcome to my TED Talk, and yeah, chase your dreams, man. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all for helping my dream come true here. Make sure you're working on yourself as well, though. Don't just support other people in their dreams. Support yourself. You can support other people, right? Like, I'm chasing my dream right now, and I support a ton of other people's dreams. But make sure you're working on yourself, too. You know what I mean? So, all right, man. That's enough for inspirational TED Talk. I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Stay warm. There's still certain parts of the U.S. that are still in some Arctic climates, so stay warm, be safe. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.